smiling. With those injuries, in this hopeless situation, you must be crazy. Don't blame me for what happens next.
What's up, collectors? P-Rock's Little back again, and today we're taking a look at a figure that's from a line that's a mouthful. So here we go. This is the Figure Complex Amazing Yamaguchi by Revoltech by Kaiyodo, and this is Shoto Todoroki. There we go. I almost struggled right there at the end at the finish line. So Todoroki, this is one of the main characters from the anime My Hero Academia, which is one of my favorites. Obviously Dragon Ball Z, My Hero, Naruto, and now Demon Slayer. One of my few favorites animes. And this figure right here is like the grown-up version. There's two. There's the Figma version that has the actual smaller, younger looking version of the characters, and then this one right here from Amazing Yamaguchi is the older, like later on in the season. So this is a good mix to have in your collection if you collect the Figma ones. You can have basically the younger version displayed, and then you have the older version of the character displayed. And if you don't know much about this line, they're very known for their articulation, but sometimes that does hinder the actual figure because sometimes the joints are seen and not as pretty, and the amount of accessories that comes with it, they're also known for that too. So let's get this review started. Dale. Alright, so as always, when it comes to these type of figures, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. So that way my fellow collectors who do collect these can make sure they don't get a bootleg, because this is how the box will look for an official one. Now, one thing to remember too with these figures, they don't come sealed. They don't have tape on them on the side, as you can see here. And as you can see here. So if you do buy it from someone on eBay, you are going to be in question like, damn, did this person open the figure? Did they open the box already? So just want to give you guys a heads up how the box would look. And you can see for mine, just in case you do get one of these and you think someone opened it, this is a brand new one from a reputable store. And you can see some of the accessories are basically just laying around in there. So it was not open previously, or at least I hope it wasn't, because, you know, it's a reputable store. So just an idea. So anyways, you get the front, you get a cool picture of the figure right there. This guy's cool. Kind of quiet. You get a cool anime picture of him right here in the bottom. A lot of stuff here that I cannot read. If you can read it, more power to you. Please teach me. You get another picture here of Todoroki right there. And then you get another picture of Todoroki using his fire effects. You get Amazing Yamaguchi up there, Todoroki, and then in the back you get nice cool art with all the accessories. Some of the accessories he comes with, and some of the poses you can get them in. So alright, let's go ahead and get my little My Hero Academia member out. You do get the clamshell out the box. You kind of treat it with a little hidden art in the background of the box. And you can see there they actually have, from the anime, it's pretty cool art style of Todoroki. They're kind of pissed off. So yeah, man, that's pretty cool. And then I did kind of rearrange the stuff that was falling loose. So when you take the clamshell off, the top cover off, this is what you get. You get the figure with all the accessories in the bottom. I rearranged these. These are the ones that were loose. And then you do get the little letterings to have the effects in the background and the instructions. All right, my fellow collectors, let's go ahead and get him out with all his accessories so we can take a close look at everything that comes in the box. Laid out with all the accessories that come in the package. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure first. And let's see if this looks like Todoroki from the anime. Now, one thing I did mention before in previous reviews is these type of figures have those ugly shoulder pegs and joints right here, which I mentioned before. Like, you know, they're known more for their articulation than they are from the way they look. So these ports like this are going to be visible in some poses. So it's something you get used to eventually. But the range of dynamic posing these figures give you is amazing also. So it's like a little, if you have OCD like me, these figures are like a little challenge where you want to get everything lined up right. And then you can see the pegs in the bottom too. I mean, the back of the knees. Those are kind of ugly too. But anyways, we're taking a look at the figure now, see if it looks like Todoroki, and it does look like the older version of Todoroki. As you can see here, you get the cool different hairstyle, the white representing this ice, the cold, and then this side representing like the fire. Never really understood what the scar was. I know some of other family members have the scars too. All right, so yep, this is like Todoroki. So let's go ahead and look at the articulation. So the head can go way back, as you can see. Good range of dynamic posing. Way down. You can look sideways. Can do the full 360, but I have bad luck with 360 heads, so I'm not doing that on this review. Arms can go, you can adjust this and you can tuck that under. You can get a full, there we go. This joint on mine is a little stiff on this side, so I gotta be careful on this end right here. I noticed when I took it out, I know it could go a little higher. So you could get the T-pose. Yeah, Todoroki doing his T-pose right there. And then the arms do have these weird joints, but they do get the full double bend. Let's just see something real quick. I want to bring my brightness just a little bit more higher. I don't know if that's too bright. Maybe that's a little too bright there. Let's just see real quick. Yeah, all right. Arms posed that way. Can get this way. You do have some pivot at the elbow right there. Like I said, it's got to be careful with these joints, but they are right there. So as you can see right there. So you can move that up right there. The arms can go forward and backwards. And then you can do a full 360 right here on the arms. So that's a good thing for posing. The waist, let's see, you can go decent amount far back. And then for the ab crunch, you can go a good amount forward, as you can see there. So you have very good ab crunch with this figure. Waist articulation, you have 2 points of articulation. You have a little bit above the chest or below the chest right here, and then you have around the waist. So you could go pretty far all the way around, almost 360. Legs can do a perfect split. Oh wait, is that? Oh, okay. Woo, I thought I broke that. So this is cool to know. This is actually articulated right here. You can see the peg back there. So you can actually, let me just bring this brightness up a little bit more. There we go. So you can see the peg back right back there. So I was worried that I broke right there. So you can kind of move these over real quick. And you can do a full Van Damme split. Bring the legs back down. And let's see, you can move forward. And can't go back much. It's like something, it's like the butt is hindering. The articulation going backwards, that crease right there. See, as you can see, it's hitting right there. So you have to basically kind of do almost a split in order to get the legs wide open sideways. And then if you look at the knees, let's see the double jointed knees. So you do get double jointed knees, double jointed bend. You get pivot. And then you do get some pivot at the knee, not the shin. Let me see, make sure. Yep, no shin pivot. The toes can go not that much down, about that far down. They can go this far up. You do get toe bend. So that's good for some running poses. As you can see here, you can have them kind of running right there like that. So that's going to be awesome for some posing. Now, one thing that's kind of weird is like, I don't know, the way the pants are like sculpted is kind of preventing his legs to fully close. Like he can't really close his legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see something. He can't, like, you know, the legs don't close all the way. So that's one thing that's hindering right there with the sculpt. But yep, so there's the articulation for Todoroki. Looks awesome. Looks just like him. Looks like just like the older version of him. I gotta get used to these knees, or his legs, his thighs right here. They're not closing all the way. All right, so there goes Todoroki. He does come with 3 separate flame effects. So if you don't know his powers, he can control fire and ice. So you get 3 of those. And then these would peg into, so the character, this side of his body uses the fire, and then this side uses the ice. So these, if you look around the figure, you have a bunch of holes across the figure. You have one there. You should have another one around here somewhere. You have one here. You have one right there at the wrist. One at the tricep. On the back, So basically, these will peg into there. You can have them mix and match wherever way you want. So for instance, if you want to have it at his wrist right here, just peg that right in. It does have a articulation there. So yep. So there you go. You peg it in just like that. And you get the fire effect on him. So you get 3 of those. Then you get 2 of the ice ones. And the ice ones, same thing with the peg. It can articulate right here. And you can have this on the floor too. Then you get 2 smaller ice effects that you can attach to his arms or any part of his body on his right side. And then you get this right here. This is more of like an effect for the hand. It's specific for this hand right here. And just basically put that hand there, and you kind of get the effect of him freezing the floor or getting his ice effect started. That's pretty cool. I like that. Then you get the swappable hair. So this is when he's using like full power effect. You can see the fire coming from this side. You can see the hair coming up here like it's freezing. This comes off easily. Basically, you would just take this off right here. Take his bang off. Right here, the front of his head. His hair slides right off. Just gotta be careful not to scrape some of that paint off. Take that off just like that. And this is also how you will swap out the faces. So you basically just take the face off like that. And you get this default face sculpt right here that he comes on with. And then let's just grab one of these. So you guys, the default one is kind of looking to the side. And then that'll basically just slide right into this peg right here at the bottom. Come on, don't make a liar of me. There you go. And then you can put the hair back on, the bangs or whatever, whichever one you want to put on. But let's go back to the original one real quick. I want to go through the face sculpts right here. Let's just put this back on. And I will put the bangs, the hair with the fire effect on one of the final poses. So you do get a grimacy face. So you get 6-7 different face sculpts opposite the one that comes on the figure already. Out of the 7, 4 come with the actual mouth just like that. More of the calm mouth, see? Like the neutral mouth. And basically each one is pointing different directions. You have one pointing down, one pointing up, one pointing left, and one pointing right. As you can see there. And then you have the greening one. And the same thing with these 2. You have one that's looking forward, up, sideways, and straight ahead. That's cool. And then you get a cell phone. So you can see he's texting somebody. Looks like he might be texting somebody with an Android, as you see the green bubbles. And then you get the separate hands. You have these 2 more of a action type hands. And then you get another one that's kind of like a somewhat action based hand. And then you get these hands right here. These would be good for using the cell phone. So the gripping hands. And then, actually no, I think this is the one for the cell phone. Yeah, this is the one for the cell phone. I'm sorry about that. So this is the one you use for the cell phone. The other one is just more different posing hands. And like I said, these are the ones that come with the blast effect that you put on the ice, on the floor. And then he also does come with these letterings that you can actually put on the stand. And then he comes with the stand, the base, and some extra pegs and clamps. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some size comparisons. Start with Todoroki. Staying in the default pose, ready for a size comparison. So let's go ahead and bring in another My Hero figure. And this is the My Hero Academia Figma Bakugo. Let's go ahead and bring in the SH Figure Arts Gohan. All right, so I'm going to bring in something a little different this time. Let's go ahead and bring in, let's do a Takari Tommy Transformers Masterpiece Hot Rod. So we have Hot Rod in the mix, something different for once. Kind of, you know, show off my Transformers collection. And then let's go ahead, last but not least, bring in SH Monster Arts to kind of go with the fire theme here. Burning Godzilla. So there we have Burning Godzilla, Gohan, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Hot Rod. These are all figures from different lines, all within the same, kind of close within the same scale. So you can get an idea of how Todoroki will fit in your collection if you have any of these other figures. All right, let's go ahead and get final thoughts and final poses. Todoroki with the Figma Todoroki. So you have the younger version, which is the one standing. That's the Figma version. And then you have the amazing Yamaguchi older version, which is the one doing the ice blast on the ground. And as you can see, you do get more articulation with the amazing Yamaguchi one compared to the Figma. Figma does have a decent articulation, but the blast effects are also better for the amazing Yamaguchi. And the reason I got both of these basically to have representation of like the earlier seasons of My Hero Academia when they're younger, which is the Figma version, and then to have those like, you know, in a standard pose, and then same thing with my Demon Slayer. Like basically you have the amazing Yamaguchi ones, which are more articulated in a more of a dynamic action pose, kind of something like this. And the fact that they're older versions of the younger versions, the Figma versions, it's basically a bonus that you can basically collect both and have both of them fit in your collection. You're not kind of forced to buy either or you know, if you prefer one version more than the other, then yes, you know, you could pick which one you want. But I like to have both representations. And as you know, if you watch the show, they do get older and they get a little more serious. So that's why I wanted to have that. And they have announced Todoroki's father as a figure, so I can't wait to get him. He's basically pure flame, so that's gonna be cool to have father and son pose together. Everybody knows, you know, Deku and All Might are kind of like a father and son type thing, but they, you know, not like a, not really, but you know, kind of like a mentorship type thing. So I'm enjoying the articulation on this figure so far, and you can see which one, what's the difference between the two, the Figma and the amazing Yamaguchi. So you can kind of pick which one you think would fit better in your collection or on your display. You can't go wrong with either one because they're both cool representations of the figure, and I do like both representations, the younger and the older. I guess to me it depends on which one you like better. Alright, so here is all the Kaiyodo, at least so far, the 4 My Hero Academia figures they've released so far, and I'm loving the way they look together. I agree, or at least in my opinion, I think the Kaiyodo ones have better blast effects than the Figma ones, so this is why I really want to get these. And the articulation of these are a lot better than the Figmas. But like I said, you can see All Might right there. If you see that guy right there in the blue, All Might right there. You can see it's only negative when you have OCD like me. You see those little patterns on his costume, how they don't match up when I have them posed. Drives me crazy. But on these type of figures, it's kind of hard to have everything seamless. Unless you have cloth on there. So if they don't have cloth, it'll be almost impossible to have all those lines match up in any pose. But you could do what you could do from here, and you do get the dynamic posing, which I do prefer more. The fact that I can get these poses right here with all these figures and keep them in these poses for years and not have any issues with them is one positive about these smaller scale figures. And just look at the blast effects on Bakugo right there, that flame portion right there. I love the way that looks. Todoroki right there in the front with the fire and ice, and then you got Deku coming around here with the freaking I forgot the name of his power, All Might or not All Might. I forget. Damn, I can't believe I forgot this. But anyways, I'm about to go watch the anime now. I'm kind of mad at myself because of that. But if you are into My Hero Academia and you wanted smaller scale versions of the figures, I would recommend the Kaiyodo ones, the amazing Yamaguchi ones here over the Figma ones. Because to me, these are more mature looking versions of them. And just the posing, like I said, the posing you can get away with is freaking amazing. Absolutely beautiful right here. You actually have a hero group looking like a hero group. You don't have none of these guys in museum poses standing there looking all like just regular. This is why I still collect my smaller scale figures. Just because I like to keep some in poses like this. And the bigger scale, 1/6 scale figure is more of like, you know, the presence they have. I do love that. But just messing around with figures, I do love the smaller scale ones just because I can do this and not feel bad about it or be worried. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoy the figures, and I hope you enjoyed My Hero Academia. If you don't, you gotta watch it. So anyways, if you enjoyed this review, please hit the like, subscribe button, click that bell notification, and as always, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale.